Hey guys, it's Leanne. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is all about the Jordana Ticia Cosmetics Set and Brighten Powder Duo. I've actually reviewed the Set and Brighten Powder Duo in the shade Half Baked, which is this shade, so a more yellow toned shade. But today I'm going to be reviewing the Marshmallow shade, which is more pink toned. So this one is what I'm reviewing today. I've used this product to set the concealer, set underneath the contour, and I've actually used it to bake as well. In the top you have a mirror, pressed powder, and in the bottom when you screw off the lid you actually have a loose powder. You get 9 grams of pressed powder and you get 20 grams of loose powder. These retail for £28, but I was lucky enough to get mine 2 for £44. So that was quite a good deal. That's why I bought 2, and that's why I bought 2 totally different shades, so I could actually see which was more flattering for my skin tone. Both shades worked fine, but I definitely do have a favourite. So if you want to know what that is, then obviously stick around, keep on watching. So I've already tried this shade as I explained, and I'm going to leave the link for this tutorial in the description bar down below. So I've really went in depth on this tutorial. I really explained everything. I went in detail about the packaging, everything. But today I already know I love the product because obviously I tried it the other day. So today was just more about seeing if this shade works for my skin tone, and it was if a pink toned powder was better than a yellow toned powder. Don't forget to like the video, think about subscribing and turning on the notification bell if honest makeup reviews and informative makeup tutorials are your thing. And also a little bit of background information about this brand in case anyone's never heard of this brand. It's a small UK business, it's black owned, and its products are cruelty free. That is something that I really do try to promote. Inside the packaging, it contains a little instruction card for the recommended application, which is the steps that I've followed today. So I think that's really unique and really good for beginners in makeup. Little disclaimer, these hands, I don't think this looks good, by the way. This was just total accident. I actually picked up a bottle of moisturiser, well, what I thought was moisturiser, but it was actually false tan. That's why I look so cakey and so like this, like clearly I did not mean to do a tan, so please excuse the hands during this video. But apart from that, let's just jump in now, because it's been 5 minutes. I've been recording this for 5 minutes. I'm definitely not going to let the intro be 5 minutes, but on my camera now I've actually been recording for 5 minutes just talking. So yeah, let's just jump in. Hope you enjoy, hope you learn something, and don't forget to show your support by doing all that good stuff I've already said. So for concealer today, I'm going to be going in with the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer, and I'm in the shade Beige, which is number 8. So I'm just going to be applying that to the inner corner of the under eye and the outer corner of the under eye. And the reason why I do this technique is so that I avoid applying too much product. And by applying it also to the outer corner, you'll also give a more lifted look to the eye. And who wouldn't want that? So I'm going to be going in now and tapping this product into place with a clean beauty blender. And as you can see, I'm really patting that concealer back into the temples, as I really would like to emphasise that lift. And hopefully you can also see on camera how that technique does just lift the under eye. So for today's review, I am going in with the Jordana Ticia Cosmetics Set and Brighten Powder Duo. Now this time I'm going to be using the shade Marshmallow, very pink tones, and I'll just do a little comparison of the Half Baked shade. So yeah, as I was about to say, I'm going to be doing a side-by-side comparison. So this is the shade Half Baked and this is Marshmallow. So there's a clear difference in the tone of these powders. It's probably better if I dim the lights. So this one's Half Baked, this one's Marshmallow. So clearly you can see a difference there. So yellow toned and pink toned. I am actually really looking forward to trying the pink tone shade today, because pink tones sort of cancel out some discoloration on the under eye. So I've got a feeling this is going to be very flattering on my under eye and for my skin tone. So I'm going to be doing the same techniques that I used in my first review, and that's going to be the recommended way that Jordana Ticia recommends how to use this product. So first it's going to be baking and setting the under eye with the loose powder, and then going on top with the pressed powder to actually brighten the under eye, and in my opinion give it a bit more full coverage. You can actually tip your powder into the lid. So oh my god, I've dropped it again. Oh my god, I have literally wasted so much of this product just in the last 5 minutes, and it hasn't even touched the face yet. So as I was saying, you can actually tip the powder into the lid like so. Hope you can see that if it's focusing. Yeah, so I've tipped a little bit of powder into the lid, and then any excess powder that I don't use I can just tip back into the little sifter. So it's really good for not actually wasting product, apart from when you drop it twice in 5 seconds. So I'm just going to go back in with my beauty blender and tap over the concealer, which has not really creased, by the way. Like normally by now when I'm doing a tutorial I'll put concealer on, and by the time I get to actually apply the powder there's quite a few creases on the under eye, but today this collection Lasting Perfection concealer has actually not really got that many creases, so I'm really impressed with this concealer. So I'm going in with my damp beauty blender, picking up about this much product, and I'm just going to be going in and really pressing this into the under eye. And I'm going to be pressing that just on the eyelids as well, as I have actually applied some of that same collection concealer on the eyelids just to brighten the overall eye area. Okay, so that is actually looking really flawless. I can't really see much of a pink tone. Like you can clearly see in the packaging that it's very pink toned, as I've just demonstrated by doing a side by side between Half Baked and Marshmallow. But Marshmallow on the skin does not actually look that pink toned. So I'm just going to be doing the T-zone now. Okay, so I've definitely taken out too much now. Definitely, so I will be tipping quite a bit of this back into the product. So it actually does apply very, very smooth, and it does actually smell of strawberries, which you can actually smell as you're applying it to the skin, which I actually really like about this product. Up to now, I actually think I prefer the shade Marshmallow, which I kind of didn't expect. I thought I'd definitely prefer Half Baked because I normally choose yellow toned powders and concealers, but the shade Marshmallow was looking really nice. So I am going to be dusting this off now with an EcoTools full blush brush. So I'm just going to sweep away the marshmallow powder, and you actually can tell that it is a very pink toned powder now. Just off using the loose setting powder, I actually do feel like the under eyes do look brightened and mattified, and the powders are the same colour. The pressed powder is not lighter than the loose powder, but it does actually add a brightening effect. So I'm just tapping in to the pressed powder like so, and I'm just going to be going underneath the eyes and underneath the contour. I'll probably do with a bit of a smaller powder puff, it's a huge one. That's why I'm kind of like folding it, just so we get it in a concentrated area. So I do think that that definitely did brighten the under eye. What do you think? I'm just going to dust away these edges so you can't see a white cast. I'm just literally fading the edges into the contour. I actually think adding the pressed powder does make the under eye look even more flawless and bright. So I'm just tapping the pressed setting powder just underneath the contour, and then I will be taking the ends that is clean and just really pressing this into the skin. So I'm not actually wiping away the pressed setting powder, I'm just more pressing it into the skin. So I actually love this powder. The under eyes really do look really brightened and lifted and fresh. I don't think they look cakey or chalky. I think they just look how I would always want my under eye to look. So I'm going to go back in with the cleaner side that I've just done the under contour bake, and just tap over this product to really press it in, and just to make sure that there is no flashback, that the pressed powder is not just sitting on top of the skin, it's actually pushed into the skin. So yeah, so far I am loving the shade Marshmallow, and from my first review, which was the shade Half Baked, the more yellowy one, up to now I definitely prefer the shade Marshmallow, which I did not expect. But I am going to be doing another review / tutorial on both of these powders, and on one side of the face I'm going to be doing Marshmallow, and on the other side of the face I'm going to be doing Half Baked, so we can actually compare and see which powder is actually more flattering for somebody of my skin tone. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in, but it is something that I actually want to film anyway, because I'd be intrigued to know how they actually look side by side, and see if I still feel the same way about Marshmallow being like, you know, absolute supreme compared to Half Baked. When they're side by side I might feel differently, but right now Marshmallow is definitely a favourite for me. So final thought on the Marshmallow powder is that it's definitely my favourite, 100%. I definitely prefer Marshmallow to the shade Half Baked. I do like both though, so I am actually glad that I picked both for the deal, which was 2 for £44. So I'm actually glad that I picked both shades, because if I was just going to get one, I definitely would have just went for Half Baked, but because there was an offer on, I did end up getting the Marshmallow powder, which literally is flawless on my skin tone. Literally the under eye is beautiful, underneath the contour I really do feel very, very flawless and very natural. So when I say natural, I mean natural as in not cakey on the under eye, not too much, but still very full coverage. So I'm really, really happy that I did actually get the deal and get 2 shades, because I would have never discovered how good Marshmallow is. I definitely recommend Marshmallow, and I'd also recommend Half Baked, but if I had to choose, it'd definitely be Marshmallow. So I'm going to wrap the tutorial up now, guys, but that is just my honest thoughts and opinions on this product in particular. I'm absolutely obsessed with it, and I'll definitely be using it on clients, as I actually think the product is really good value for money, really innovative, and not something I've seen before. The scent is gorgeous, it smells of strawberries, that's something very unique as well. And I just love the formula. The formula is amazing. And obviously don't forget, I am going to be doing a side by side of these 2 powders, so if you want to see that, turn on the notification bell so you won't miss out when I do upload. But apart from that, I just want to say thank you so much for sticking around to the very, very end. I really do appreciate it. And since you did stick around, please go ahead and like the video in case you haven't already. Leave me some feedback and subscribe. And once you've done all that, I will see you in my next tutorial.